What's going on, YouTube and gun channels? This is Travis P11, and today, well, hold on, let's stop for a second here. Before you dislike this video, before you call me a Century Arms hater, I want you to go back and read the title for this video, okay? The title of this video is, I made a mistake when I bought this RAS 47, not I made a mistake by buying this RAS 47, okay? The RAS 47, I've only run 200 rounds through it. This rifle has performed flawlessly for me. You should expect it to. I did do a previous video where I show off some of the wear and tear on the bolt carrier group, what little it actually has. Today, I'm actually bringing you, this is a booster video for this rifle. If you're in the market for a RAS 47, I want you to think long and hard and maybe save up some extra pennies before you go and buy the standard version with the walnut stock and the handguard, okay? I know there's a lot of traditionalists, a lot of purists that like the wood on that particular gun. I do too, okay? I just decided, well, there were some reasons why I swapped out the Magpul stuff, and I'll talk about that in a second. But when I bought this gun, I got it for $569 on sale, okay? If I wanted to get the Magpul version equipped, as you see it here from the gun dealer that I bought this rifle from, it was gonna cost me about $80 to $90 more. Well, I didn't think I'd want to go with the Magpul setup until I got the rifle in its stock configuration. And when I started shooting it, I noticed that the stock was a bit long for me. It did kind of shock my cheek every time I fired it. And it just generally was somewhat uncomfortable to shoot, okay? And I know that gun's made to fit the frames of many different people. The advantage of the Magpul stock was that it was a couple inches shorter. It's got the nice rubber butt pad on the end, so it absorbs a lot of the shock. The handguard dissipates heat better, okay, in my opinion, than the walnut handguard. After burning through a mag on that, with the stock walnut handguard, I noticed my hands were getting really hot, you know, obviously because I'm firing a gun, and I had to put gloves on to continue test firing it. What I did not anticipate when I bought the Magpul furniture was the amount of fabrication that it was going to take to make those parts fit this gun, okay? I did buy the correct parts for this rifle. Let's just start off with the stock, okay? The two bolts that they give you are fine. The hardware that they give you is fine, except they give you this little brass washer nut thing. And for the life of me, I could not get the front bolt to go into the washer. I was trying everything. So finally, I just used a little tab of metal and drilled a little hole in it and was able to use the bolt to screw it into that little tab of metal so that it would lock the front bolt into place on the stock, okay? So I really had issues trying to get that. If they would just give you the same back piece as they do for the front piece, it would be so much easier to mount. If you watch the installation videos on these parts, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so it was actually like a 2-hour job. By the time I got everything all figured out and shaved down some of the plastic and got the bolts to fit and got everything in the correct spot. Now, front handguard. Okay, the upper part of the front handguard, okay, not too bad, piece of cake. I watched Such's video, Such Double Odd or Such 00's video on how to install this, and it wasn't bad. I just used a pair of pliers and just took my time. Lower handguard, absolute nightmare, okay? The problem I was running into is as you push the handguard back, okay, the extra material on the back that shoves into the front of the receiver, not a problem. There's two little dimples that are stamped into the heat guard inside the handguard itself. And they were running into the front part of the receiver, and no matter how much I pounded away with a mallet or tapped with a hammer, that sucker was not moving. So I ended up having to take off the lower handguard. I spent, I don't know, a half hour with the Dremel trying to sand down those little dimples, and they are hard to sand down. I mean, I was trying different tips and so on, and I ended up, you know, wearing off some of the finish off the inside of the handguard, which, you know, I just protected it with some gun oil when I got done. But finally, I was able to sand that sucker down enough that I could get the front handguard to completely go back and see properly and then lock it into place. I love Magpul stuff. I am not ripping on Magpul stuff at all. I've been using it for years. Normally, it's just like plug and play, man. You just put it on and it's there. There's very little extra fabrication you have to do. On the other end, I am buying parts for a rifle that's adapted to fit many different variant styles and brands. Unlike the AR where you've got your commercial spec and your mil spec buffer tube and either or it's going to fit or it's not, this just took a little bit more effort to make it work. I did pick up the stock used, okay, for $40. I think that was a pretty good price. I think they're normally $55, $56. The front handguard I paid $36. Okay, so $40 and $36, what, $76, $80 more or less with tax. if I would have just spent 10 bucks more or 15 bucks more at the time when I purchased this rifle, I could have just got it with the furniture already installed. So the biggest mistake I made when I bought this rifle was just by not buying it with the Magpul furniture in the first place. Now on the other end, I've got the walnut furniture sitting around and I can throw it back on if I want to. It's very easy to do. I just kept all the hardware for it. The feel, I love the look of it. I think it looks great. The feel, it's much more comfortable in my hands. It's maybe lightened up the rifle just a little bit, but the shorter stock, I can get better leverage on the gun, and I think the gun's more ergonomic for me to shoot. You know, that may not be your situation. And in all honesty, I will probably end up swapping out this part, maybe selling it and buying the full-length Zukov handguard on the front. That's the Zukov S, non-folding stock, by the way, on the back there. So again, not hating on the rifle, absolutely love it. I'm looking forward to taking it out, running another 200 rounds through it. I am going to go back and Loctite the screws on the back stock so that they don't work themselves out while I'm out at the range, and also with the hand grip too. Otherwise, you know, check out the rifle. Okay, a lot of guys are ripping on it. I'm going to see how it looks with wear and tear. I figure I can hopefully get 1,000 rounds through it within the first year. You know, shoot a whole lot, but I like to go out and do a couple hundred rounds every time. And if it looks like there's excessive wear or problems, the gun's going to go back to Century. Okay, I know I've got at least a 1-year warranty, if not 2, with the gun, maybe 3. Okay, you'll have to check and see. So there we go. This is Travis P11. Check me out on gunchannels.com. It's the ordinary average guy gun channel. I always want to say average ordinary, but it's ordinary average. And then Travis P11 or Travis P11. That's my channel on YouTube. Okay, so I'll be bringing you more videos here shortly. So again, the RAS 47. Think before you buy when you're ready to buy. All right, be safe, have fun, and I'll talk to you soon.